Okay, so sacred. Okay, so that means, let's say I'm up against one of my blocks.
No, I mean a practical thing that's happening day to day.
Oh my God. Well, okay.
Like, how do you live a more sacred life? Is it through burning
No, I
sage?
didn't say.
No.
No.
Maybe it would just change how I would move my body through the world.
Yes,
like
I'm
maybe
not
how I
saying.
get in the car would be different.
Getting in the car would be different.
Okay, so let's pause there for a second. Hold on, don't go too fast. Riz, I'm not saying everything I do will be like I'm doing sacred acts.
Yeah, I know.
That's not what I'm saying, right?
No, I get it. I'm saying, how
Okay.
does one see themselves as a sacred being in the actual practical day-to-day life? It
Okay,
has to be
so let's go
lived.
back to
How
the
do you
source.
live
Okay,
it?
let me answer the question for you. Okay, but it starts with the source file. Hello. Welcome back. Did you miss us?
We missed you.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Feels like there's my feedback. My lovely feedback. It's my alternate identity. My alternate ego talking to me through the computer.
August 3rd,
And this is your birthday.
1992. Can you believe it already? We're going back in time.
Oh, is that where we are?
We have to go back in time
never
because
know where
everybody's
I'm at.
brain is hurting. Everybody's third eye is like
Well, everybody's brain might be
pulsating because
hurting.
of these last 7-8 months.
Well, everybody's brain is hurting, except mine actually just turned off completely.
You wish you could take a compartment and just take the brain out.
It seems like the world has done that.
Yeah.
Actually, half of the world.
Well, I just went ahead and did it anyway. Well, this
Except
is-
for the people who watch this show.
Well, this is your birthday month. This is the month of Leo. I've had 3 consecutive dreams about lions. And I'm not joking.
way.
I
Really?
didn't even tell you.
No, you didn't tell me.
No, real lions, like up close, half terrified because they're going to kill me, but half cute and half cool and half like, wow, there's a lion. And there were real dreams. I woke up, I was like, Riz.
God.
And he goes, it's because the lion portal.
Yeah,
Lionsgate.
this week.
Yeah. We're 5 days away from 8/8, guys. Lionsgate Portal is the psychic new year. It is the metaphysical new year.
Yes.
It is the portal. Look, people think of the month of Leo as being joyous, abundant, full of heart. Leo is ruled by the heart and the spine. So it's like your emotional strength and love, your radiance, and tapping into that, surrendering to that. And then you have the spine of the Leo, which is really your strength, speaking your truth, standing in your power. So it's a great, great sign. And Leo is considered the teenager of the zodiac. So it's like party now, right?
Forever teenager.
Yeah.
Welcome to Psychic Sundays, everybody.
Yay.
We are your hosts, Mr. Trance Channel.
Riz the Wiz here.
Psychic medium. And I am your intuitive empath. I give color readings. I give even dream readings. If any of you guys have some dreams that are kind of crazy and weird and you want to know about it. And Miss Erica Merriweather, our astrologer extraordinaire, she is here to help us with our admin tonight. And if you are new, welcome to our show. Please tell us where you are from. And Erica, you have been telling us nonstop about this amazing thing that's happening in astrology right now to everybody.
Yes.
About Cancer in
Chiron.
Chiron.
I was like, Cancer.
Chiron. And
although Venus is in Cancer right now, which is also very yummy.
And my Venus is in Cancer.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yeah. Venus in Cancer is very like nurturing, very emotional, very intuitive, very creative. Venus does really well in a water sign in general, but also in Taurus as well, which is ruled by Venus. But for those Gen Xers, they're in a very significant time called
Gen
the
Xers,
Chiron.
listen up to this.
Yeah, it's the Chiron return because Chiron is in retrograde in Chiron and Aries. Most Gen Xers are Chiron and Aries.
so when we hear retrograde, everybody gets
I
traumatized
know everyone's
immediately.
afraid of the word retrograde.
Well, first tell us
yeah.
what
Please explain
Chiron,
that.
you want to say just real quick what
Let's
Chiron
just
is?
back things
Yeah.
up a second.
Let's back it up a minute, guys.
Let's back it up. Beep, beep, beep.
Can you guys do sound effects all the time? I love that. Okay, so yeah, Chiron is the wounded healer. So it's kind of your Achilles heel. It's the thing that you really struggle with, a core belief that eventually you do work through, break through, and becomes one of your greatest gifts.
So that's why it applies sometimes generationally. So a lot of Gen Xers are that, which is
Yes.
why they're actually very sensitive but very tough. all of their movies, all of their music, all the stuff that they were into was
Yeah.
so over the top, emotional, dramatic, cinematic,
Right.
and heartfelt. The movies were very heartfelt and sweet, right? That's amazing. Well, listen, guys, we have so much to share with you guys tonight because it's just peak psychic season right before the Lion's Gate. So there's a lot of messages here. I'll be delivering psychic messages, stuff about questions you may have of directions in your life, where you want to go, sometimes physically, where do you want to go, making different choices. You can ask questions about that. You can ask questions about your spirit guides. Who are they? How are they working with you? And also, if you have mediumship questions and you want to, bother your loved ones on the other side who are having the time of their afterlife, and you want to interfere and just go, hey, do you miss me? And I miss you. I love to say that because no other psychic medium says that. We're not bothering them, but I love to say, look, if someone is supposed to give a message to you from the other side, they will. So many times people will come to me for a reading and they want the message from their grandmother, and who comes through? The neighbor from 20 years ago who was actually part of their soul family from another life. And in this life, they happen to play the supporting role of being the neighbor looking out after you. So any medium that tells you I can connect to anyone on the other side, please don't go to them. That's not real. What is real is that when you sit for a true mediumship session, you're open to whoever comes through, because this universe is mysterious. It's vast. You don't know who you're connected to on the soul level. Speaking of which, soulmates are not always a love relationship. Your best friend can be a soulmate. Your family members can be soulmates. And someone you are butting heads with can be a soulmate. That boss that you had a lot of trouble with. Why? Because soulmates are people, souls, who have been with you in previous lifetimes, who are coming forward into this lifetime to activate you in some way. And we all know activation can come from inspiration and also confrontation sometimes.
Yeah, those confrontations are like thresholds at some point. Like you reach this max with a person or with yourself, inner dialogue.
Yeah.
And you hit this max and you're just like, I can't take it anymore. But we always have this resilient nature. Those of us who think that we just cannot go another step. We always seem to dig down and we find more in there, more gold. And the thing is,
and more punishment.
What I'm realizing is
What's
that
the phrase? Glutton for punishment?
I'm
repeating the same stuff.
Yeah.
Lifetime after lifetime.
I'm realizing that when I hit a threshold, I have to absolutely let go. Like Hot Potato. You remember that game? Hot Potato. Did you ever play that?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I wasn't allowed to play games as a child.
Wait, is that because you went to a Bronx public school?
No.
That's true.
Why didn't you play Hot Potato? You always have crazy stories about your Bronx education.
We played hide behind the car while I shoot at you. in the
No,
Bronx.
you did not. You had a nice
It wasn't a
little quaint
game.
neighborhood.
That was just normal
inside
day to
of the-
day.
Oh my god.
Don't listen to him. Hot Potato.
Mm-hmm.
You
really
remember
never
Hot
played
Potato.
Hot Potato?
So Hot Potato is
No.
you had a little thing in your hand, a ball or whatever, and you throw it to each person until the teacher or somebody said hot potato, and then whoever's holding the ball. So anyway, whenever I start to hit my threshold and I start to feel like I can't take something anymore, I'm learning now. I'm a very stubborn Taurus, so it takes me a very long time to learn this. But I learned I immediately hot potato. I just drop the idea, the thought, or whatever it is that I keep hitting against, because obviously it's not working.
How do you just drop a thought?
I have to think of something else. That was a good one, don't you think?
Yeah.
That was
How
so
do you quench your
fast.
thirst? You drink some water. You drink
Yeah.
something.
Wasn't that fast? Like that was 0 to 1,000 right
that
there.
needs a lot of explanation.
I should get a bell for that.
Just do it.
So where's everybody watching from tonight? Who's new? Whose first time is it? Tell us what city,
Well-
state, planet, dimension that you are watching
Well,
from.
we have Casey who's coming to us from Australia.
Nice. What part of Oz?
Which part of Oz? We have some birthdays here in the house this week and this month.
Fellow Leos, happy birthday.
Fellow rebirth days. So Kathy said her family's losing it. People are losing it. When life hands you a potato. My pet is my soulmate. Miss you guys. It's been so long. Good to see you here. Thank you, Sonia. Okay, Marissa agrees with you. She thought that soulmates weren't always romantic. Connie, she has questions about herself too. And different questions. Because I'm asking everybody, where's their head at? What have they been thinking about lately? And so, they're thinking about a lot of things that we all think about. It's the same things
What
we're
would
all
happen?
in.
You know what's interesting? What would happen if you turned off the news, you went media free
I went back to
for
1989.
for a month?
Okay.
I prefer 88. Or 87,
88.
year of the harmonic
Well,
convergence.
yes,
Look it up if you don't know what that is.
your
80
graduating
1987,
class. That's why.
1987, year of the harmonic convergence. Okay, so imagine if you went media free for, I know no one's going to do a month, but imagine being media free for 3 days.
Well, people go on like
Which
camping
means-
trips and do that.
Okay, but media free means that it's not just you're not on social media,
Right.
but you're not watching the news. You can watch a show, cartoons, but not the news. And you're not talking about anything in current events. I say this to current because it's the same old shit for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Who's in charge? We don't like them. We like them. We don't like them.
Taking
we like
sides.
them. Okay, so that
Aliens
whole
are
duality
coming.
is old school, right? Imagine what would happen. Your brain is hurting because of what you think is going on around you and in the world. So you guys need a break. It's very important. All the shamans, all the healers, all the mystics from every culture around the world, their roots, even in, you know something, even in the religions, even in the 4 major religions or 5 major religions, they have a practice of getting quiet, being by yourself, going on a kind of spiritual journey,
Right.
physically. In every culture around the world, this is very important. It's not just about time for yourself. 'Cause
So I
we all-
have a question about that.
Yes.
Can we make our own cultural, like religious type of sacred rituals in our own families and homes?
we need to, because
Does that slow things down for us?
absolutely, because empty ritual is just empty ritual.
What's an empty ritual?
An empty ritual is, I had a bad day. Let me quickly sage. I'm going to quickly sage. That's
so
a
it doesn't-
ritual.
Like it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, now you might as well just spray Lysol, right? It's just you just think it's Lysol now. You're not dropping in. So rituals require dropping in.
Like the Druids and the Celtics and like the ancient.
Well, that's why
cultures.
Yes, the ancient cultures also moved with the seasons, guys. So the seasons were changing and shifting. So each day there was something in the physical environment that was making them kind of awaken to the moment, to the present moment. So they also worked with the land, and the land was always speaking
So
to you.
you're saying go back to our roots.
We have to.
Yeah.
There's a point in your life. I'm not saying 100% of the time where your soul, you as a soul, chose to live in this particular chapter of human history. So you can't just go live in the woods. You can't just be a hermit in your house. I know as much as you want to, or maybe you don't want to, but you feel you have to. It is the integration.
Well, recently, like a week ago, I did what you said, and I didn't even tell you. I didn't watch the news or anything that was really going on in the world for a few days. Okay. Now, if you're really up on things, like paying attention to what's happening in the world, you're like, 3 days? Do you know what can happen in 3 days? Yes, I do know what can happen in 3 days. And so I said, what would happen? It was an experiment for me. I just wanted to know what would happen to me as a person.
Yeah.
So it was very conscious effort to do it this way. And I decided, let's unplug from the news,
Right.
from any articles, newsletters, anything coming in telling me about the state of affairs of anything.
Right.
And I just wanted to see what would happen to me. So here's what I found. The day slowed down. Things really, really became more normal. It was more natural, more normalized. I didn't feel like there was meteors falling out of the sky into my house from the news. And I felt like the noise level went down, the cats and the plants and everything around me became more interesting. And I started to like take everything to like from a whole different place.
Yeah.
And I realized, wow, so I need to do that more often. And, being that we work in the public eye, we're always with our fingers plugged into like the networks of what's happening in the world. And we always are very aware of everything.
Yeah.
But it's about keeping your sense of balance, your sense of self, right?
Yes. It is the balance. It is the people say body, mind, and spirit. It's not a cliche.
Right.
There is a truth to body, mind, and spirit. So your mind gets burned out and you think it's your spirit. And your spirit isn't burned out. It's just not being fed what it needs to be fed. Hopefully this show is feeding your spirit and your mind and then reflecting in your body because you feel good from the positive endorphins going through you.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys are watching late at night because it's a different time zone where you are. So cozy up. We're going to start soon because I feel the spirit guys gathering everyone.
So first we're gonna do some spirit shout outs. So Riz is going to call out some messages for anybody that it lands on or fits. Erica, would you like to go ahead and give the rules of that and give me the rules for me to pin when you get a chance. And then also you can ask me questions as well.
Yeah. So spirit shout outs are the spirits are shouting out to me and then I shout them out to you. They usually have some identifying factor, like I'll say a specific piece of information and it should land for one of you who's watching right now. So I'll do 3 at a time throughout the course of this broadcast tonight. And the first thing is the name Delia or Della is coming through. Delia or Della. If this person is connected to you, please let me know. Second is the date of December 9th. December 9th. Someone is connected to December 9th who has crossed, yes. So meaning that they are coming through to talk to either the date is for them, meaning that's their birthday, or passing date, meaning when they died, or this is your birthday. Okay. And what do we have for the third one? What else do you? Okay, so this one is not a mediumship one. I know this is funny. One of you was either thinking about or going to go-karting. Either you went go-karting yesterday or today, or you wanted to go and then something got in the way. For some reason, I have to give you a message. So let me know.
Well, while we're waiting for people to think about that, and Erica's going to be giving me the rules, I'll be pinning that up so we know exactly how to ask Riz questions. I will take a question while we're doing that from Newfie. I can't remember if Newfie ever gave us her name.
Newfie, I think,
is a man. Did we ever get the name? What was your name again?
His name.
The question is, Lady-O, I have a dream question. Do you know any race that wears futuristic clothes with a gold and gray globe symbol with curved grid lines on them? Hello, of course.
Yeah.
That's Federation. And why you are dreaming about the Federation is because your subconscious and your subconscious and your whole being is reaching out to the other spheres, other dimensions, reaching out for information, relief, inspiration, some acknowledgement. You just want to connect to what many people call their home planet, not here. This is school. This is not our home planet.
So do you want to tell the new people
Yes.
or what you mean by the Federation?
The Galactic Federation, we call it Galactic Federation, but they're actually a federation. So basically it is, I would say, is the ambassadors of many different solar systems and different planetary systems.
Now, can I interject to something very interesting, guys, that I want you to Google, okay? 2 prominent politicians in government, one from Canada and one from Israel, went public about this federation. So Paul Hellyer, Hellyer, who now is passed on, but he was the former defense minister of Canada. He literally went public in the news some years ago and said that the Earth and major governments were and are actively interacting with extraterrestrial intelligence, non-human intelligence. We call that NHI now. And that there were 72 different races, 72 different races, and that there is a galactic federation. This is the defense minister. Now, there was also a gentleman, I can't remember his name, from Israel, who was the former head of the space branch of their government. So Google that, and he said the same thing.
Now, we humans call it Galactic Federation. Now, Riz channels the Echelon, and they're an alien group, and we believe they're Palladian. And they have actually told us that they don't go by Galactic Federation. They just go by the Federation. And so basically, to enter into the Federation, you have to be non-violent. You have to be a non-violent planet, and you have to work with the universal laws. So basically you believe in oneness, you work as a collective,
non-interference,
holistic activities. Everybody's here for the greater good of the all. And so this is the rules of conduct to be able to initiate into the Federation. And they're very aware of this wild class called Earth, Earth 1, Earth 2, whatever Earth number we are. And we have many, many races here. Some are in the human form, some are not in the human form, everything from cryptids to aliens that are seen and not seen. And we all interact, influence, and educate each other and stimulate each other for our own soul growth.
Now, these beings communicate telepathically, at least to us. How they communicate with each other from the echelon, who are a group of non-human intelligence that I have channeled for many years. And we're going to be doing a lot more channelings of the echelon, who are a very wise Palladian council. And we'll be putting out a couple more books from them. But look out for some of the channeling that's coming soon on that. It is about that telepathic communication. So how they communicate to us here, and what they mean by non-interference means that they're not here literally to not interfere in the physical sense. They are here to inspire through sending us signals of awakening so that we can figure things out for ourselves, because it's always better when you figure it out for yourself, right? It's not about giving you a fish. It's about teaching you how to fish. So, Erica, it looks like you have a shout out. Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Okay, so the name Della.
Yes.
That is from Sonia Ludwig.
Hi, Sonia.
Della was my aunt's best friend. She was always around until she passed a couple years ago.
Well, she's still around, visiting, popping in. Actually, the way I see her is like she's got like suitcases and travel bags. She loves to go to different dimensions. Can you do that on the other side? Of course you can. That's what being on the other side is about. Greater freedom of movement as a soul, not in one planetary system, dense 3D, solid stuff, more you're in your energy body. But when they show up in readings, they will show me through symbolism of like what they're doing. So she's like, I got suitcases and I got my hat and sunglasses on, and I'm going to go have a day at the beach on another planet. That's the way it comes across. So literally she pops in to say hello to you and to let you guys know that she's doing well, and that she is just like I call it a nod and a wink from the other side to you. And so she had to say it. So glad that I could deliver that message for you.
And I think this is the Sonia that used to come to the circles in Malibu. I recognize her name. So
okay.
Popped in to say hello.
At the moment when I'm in my psychic self, I can't almost remember anyone, but
she said that makes so much sense for her.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
And I have another spirit shout out.
Sure.
So Crystal Fowler, her husband Brian's passing date was December 9th.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So you said her husband.
Yes.
Say it again. What's her name?
Her name is Crystal.
And this is when her husband,
Brian,
who passed. This is the date that he passed.
Yes.
Thank you, Crystal. How great that Brian is so on point. He's like, I handle my business when I need. Yeah, okay. He's like, I handle my business when I need to. Like, clearly he knew you would be watching now, and he likes to surprise you like this. Sing. I don't know if you like to sing in the car, but it's like he wants you to sing in the car, like play the music. I know this is weird. So what? Do you still have like his music or his playlists, or like do you play them, or you don't want to play those songs? I don't know. It's one or the other. There's strong emotion around this, or like do you have his actual? I don't know if people still have CDs, but do you have his music? Curious. Again, coming through with a nod and a wink to let you know he is very, very well, and of course, great, great love. He just wanted to put his stamp on this thing. Oh, what's the stamp thing for? As far as all the paperwork and things, that red tape that we experience after someone passes, is that all straightened out? Let us know.
Ali T says, I was going to give my grandson a ride on our goat cart today, but the tire came off the rim.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh, I did have Crystal responded
Yes.
before you move on.
Sure.
Yes, I do play his music, and I have a playlist of his music.
Thank you. Well, he's aware of that and loves it. So play it. How beautiful. And we send you many, many blessings and love on your loss. But, you know, here on this show, we see it as the person is no longer in the physical, but they are very present clearly here. Thank you. And so, yeah, so I said, my message was, my shout out was, I kept seeing that there was supposed to be a go-kart thing, but something happened.
Yeah.
And that is what happened to who?
Ali.
Ali.
Or Ali. I'm not sure.
A-L-I?
A-L-I.
So it's Ali or Ali. Okay. Yeah. Honey, what do you think about that kind of message when I do that?
I think that you're a pretty freaking good psychic, man.
See, the thing about us, Liz, we have to look to our wives for approval, no matter what. It's actually in my
mandatory.
chart with my Venus in Cancer and being a Leo. It says that they will never marry until there is someone whose affection they can't live without, kind of thing. It says that in my chart.
I was very sweet.
Okay,
do you see you guys how the Leo is so full of heart and love, and they slip in these little romantic things? He does this all the time. I'm actually, I think, a harder-hearted person than he is. He's so soft and gentle, and I love that about him. I want to say.
Wait, I have to finish the message
you're
about
in
the
the middle
go-kart.
of something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the go-kart, the wheel fell off. I always see that as protection. Here's a saying that my great teacher, Mr. Alex Murray, who's always with me, greatest trance channeler who ever lived, his spirit guide, who was a Native American named Amatankwa. Amatankwa. I think he must have been a cousin of Red Eagle or something. He had said, and write this down, if you don't make the connection, consider it protection. Pause for dramatic effect. Eye contact. Third eye. Black circle. Going into you. I'm drawing it on you right now. Okay. You were saying.
Yeah, I was saying, if anybody is in the mood tonight while we are doing our podcast, this is a good opportunity as you have souls coming together and having like-mindedness and thinking on the same frequency. We are all connected. When we're all on the same page, so to speak, there's a connection that we form. And so sometimes I lead it, but in this case, I'm feeling the call to allow everybody who's out there, those who are in the mood, because you have to be in the mood and you have to feel it, those who want to send loving, healing energy to everybody in this group, because you never know if somebody is struggling with heartache, sadness, grief, or a health issue or something that they really could use extra healing energy. And during this time when we come together and the frequencies are all aligned, that's when it's the most potent. And so anybody who's in the group, you don't have to be Reiki certified or anything. If you have a heart and it knows how to send out love, that's how you use it. You don't need to be certified to do that. So you can go ahead and send love to this group. And believe it or not, it happens every time. People who need it feel it, receive it, and acknowledge it on the chat. So it really works. So this is a great time. Do this in the background while we're continuing our show.
Yeah, just imagine that there is light that is coming out of your heart, the center of your chest, and the point between your eyebrows, and it's just rippling golden waves of light going through your screen, through the wires, through the air, through the satellites, instantly to another person watching, boom.
And the ones who need it will be open to receive it, and the ones who can give it, this is the time. And if most of us do this on the planet, then we're going to make it into the Federation.
The vibration actually shows up. Listen, if sound waves leave the planet, that satellites and other technologies can pick up are coming from the Earth.
Yes.
You don't think that the emotional vibrations of 7 billion people have any impact? You really are living in this reality where you think that doesn't mean anything?
And what's crazy is there's more of us than the few that control.
Of course. There's more peace in the world than war. That is absolutely true.
Don't believe the narrative otherwise.
There's more peace than crime. There's more good than bad. We are working it out. We're in creation school, working it out still. We're kind of a young planet, as you can see. All right, let's continue. So how about you got some questions, some super chats?
Yes.
All right.
Connie has, One of her sisters crossed over a while ago. It's not necessarily a mediumship request, but she has another sister that is currently in the ICU.
Ah,
So she's just been going through quite a bit lately. And
Sorry to hear that.
There's a message for her.
what's that sister's name?
Oh, I don't have her sister's name. So
We
let me
need
see if
that,
I can
Connie.
Find that out. Okay, so I'll table that one for now. Connie, if you could type your sister's name. Are you asking the sister on the other side or the one in the ICU?
The one in the ICU, and why not the one on the other side
Okay.
as well?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All righty. So Jasenia says, I felt someone touch my back 2 weeks ago, some sort of strong presence, and it stayed like that for a while. Did that mean something for me? Is there something I need to know?
Always physical contact when it is not feeling negative, and I assume this wasn't feeling negative. Perhaps this was neutral, and you can't tell whether it feels good. It probably just feels neutral because it's such a shock when someone who is not in the physical body touches you, interacts with you in a physical way in the 3D. So, of course, this can be two different things. One is listen, we live in a spirit world. It's not on the other side. The spirit world is here. We live in the world of energy and spirits. It's not actually separate. It's just frequencies are very, very high where we can't see or hear them. Like a dog can hear a dog whistle, but we can't. So there's things we can see that are beyond the eye's capabilities, okay? So that's what we would call the spirit world, but it's all around us, and we're in it. We are spirits too. So there are people who are just hanging around. They haven't completely crossed over into the higher realms, which we call heaven. And they're just, and yes, ghosts, that's right. If you want to use the word, they are just ghosts. And sometimes they do touch you. As long as it's not negative and they're not scratching you or doing something that is harmful or you see as an act of aggression, you have nothing to worry about. Spirit guides it hasn't been my opinion, but I can't rule it out. Spirit guides don't necessarily touch you in that way. Unless there's something for you to look at. It might be you felt something pull you back and then a car missed you, right? You would have been in the way of that car. So I would say that you're clearly opening up your senses. You're watching shows like this. You're probably reading books. You're probably doing some expanding your mind in this way. And when you do that, it's like you're opening up doors. It's not scary because you're divinely protected. Don't worry about that. It's just that now you're going to become more aware, and they also know, oh, she's able to, I think this one can receive me, so I'm going to touch them. I don't feel this was a loved one. I don't feel this was negative. I'm not getting it was a spirit guide. I'm getting that this was someone who was just like on the sidewalk with you. Like, people walk around. I know you weren't on the sidewalk, but it's just they walk through things. So it wasn't anything for you to necessarily be concerned about. But if I were to offer you a psychic teaching here, it's clearly an observation and an insight and that you are getting more open. So good for you.
So Connie, her sister on the other side is Kimmy, and her sister in the ICU is Gretchen.
And the message is, what's happening with Gretchen?
Yeah.
Connie, most of the time, anytime someone is in an intensive care unit where they are touch and go, there's levels of touch and go. There's some people with severe damage where they're probably going to go, and some people who are just in intensive care because they're really needing a deep, intensive healing and round-the-clock attention. But whether you're this one or the other one, it usually is a massive letting go that the person needs a very, very big change spiritually. They could be living their life day to day. You go, everything was fine. Everything was not fine on the level of the soul. And so you as a soul, which has higher intelligence, create situations that can propel you forward into your next level of growth. And many times it's through painful experiences because nothing else seems to get our attention. Spirit guides go, well, we sent you beautiful sunsets in the ocean, and we sent you those two people holding hands walking by you, right?
Yeah, that's how it happens.
And, when it comes down to the physical body, it's usually when something happens to the physical body, it's because we haven't really heard the message in any other way, because you can't avoid the physical
Red
body.
Eagle said something one time that was so he always says everything profoundly, but there was one thing that stood out. He said, when you pray, if you ever pray, the one thing you would like to pray for is to learn your lessons and your messages that your spirit guides want to give you and your higher self want to give you the easy way, to be sensitive, to listen, to hear the easy messages, not the ones that require you to get sick or ill, to listen. So may we all listen more carefully and more sensitively.
Yes. So that is what is happening spiritually here. And her higher self is making some decisions about how she wants to continue forward. And this is a space, this I see you unit, I see you, see myself, is that you are here to look deep within and to decide, how do you want to live from this moment forward? Do you want to do it here on this planet? Do you want to do it through suffering, or do you want to do it now? I have to take care of, you can call it suffering, or you can call it now I need to take greater care of this beautiful vessel that Spirit has given me that I chose to come through in this lifetime. So what I would say to you, Connie, is in your prayers or meditation tonight, imagine Gretchen, don't see her sick. I want you to see her in her perfection. Imagine her almost like a beautiful angel coming from the highest realms of divinity, and see her and make eye contact with her and say, listen, I would like for you to do this differently in this life. I want to encourage you to make a change, to let go of the pain, emotional and mental, spiritual, and come into the trueness of your being like you look in front of me right now. And I'll be there for you, and we're going to get rid of the pain stories of the past about family. We're going to get rid of those, and we're going to start anew. Let's do it. We can do it. And just say that. And it's the choice is up to you, Gretchen, but let's do it this way. And then you seal it with light, you let it go, and that's it. And then you observe and see what happens.
Well, I have a couple questions I can take.
Please.
If I can just jump in.
Yep.
So Patricia Sullivan, what sparks the dark night of the soul?
I was hoping you were going to do that.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question.
What sparks the dark?
Yeah.
And it's really interesting the way you asked it. No one has ever asked it quite like that.
What sparks the dark?
So dark night of the soul basically just means you're going along in life and everything seems like it's going your way. You seem pretty happy. You're feeling like jubilant in some ways, like you have like this nice energy about you, and this goes on and on and on for years. Many people, this happens when they're children, and it happens from when they're very small. They keep going along. Maybe they're getting a little older, and they start to feel like, I didn't like the way they were bullying me. I didn't like the abuse in the family. I didn't like this. I didn't like that. I don't like the way the people are acting in the world. And all of a sudden you start to feel this darkness kind of creep in, and you start to feel darker and deeper, like a deeper darkness. And usually, like most souls, we think, oh, well, I'm just going through a phase. I'm going through just a short period of depression. It'll pass. No big deal. And that's not what happens. So what happens is we keep compounding these stories. We keep adding more and more and more evidence to support that life is hard, bad, unfair, etc. And before long, it's just this tunnel, and it feels like you're in this darkness, and you wake up in it, you go to sleep in it. It feels like doom and gloom. You can't shake it. You don't know why. Now, all the while in the background, your soul is saying, this sucks. I don't like it, but eventually it'll go away. Eventually I'll get through this. It'll go away. My family member just died. I'm just grieving. It'll eventually go away. Now, what happens is this, and this is why as shamans, we see this all the time, and we went through it personally, so we know. So what happens is after a while, it could be years, you say to yourself, wow, I've been in darkness, grieving, depressed, angry, and feeling nothing is good for a very, very, very long time. Years, low-grade depression, etc. And you're like, oh, well, I'll just go and like click that little lock that I locked myself in this internal closet, and I'll just step right on out and I'll go back to the way I was. This was temporary. This was just a short stint of depression. It's no big deal. So then the soul, the average, everyday, innocent person out there, tries to come out of their darkness. Very easy, right? Sounds very simple.
Muscle their way through.
Or they just try to knock, I'll break down these walls.
Yeah.
I know who I am. I'll come out and be happy again. You'll see. And then you try. And that's where we come in, because as you try, you realize, oh, wait, I don't know where I locked the door. I can't find the key. What happened to my identity? What happened to the happy-go-lucky kid? What happened to me? I don't know who I am. I can't find myself. And then you get scared because you can't find out what happened to you. And you get lost and you feel scared. This is called the dark night of the soul, because you're in the darkness of night. You're in the womb. You're in your deep creation self, but it doesn't feel good. So what happens, and this is where shamans come into the picture, is healers and shamans come in and we steady you. We grab you by one hand and then we force you to go in and find that key where you locked yourself in. And it takes some time. And sometimes it's several sessions. You have to go over and over and over until finally you find it. You remember the thing that pushed you down into the ground. And you couldn't see yourself anymore. And we help bring you back out of that. That's what shamans do. That's their whole modus operandi. That's what we do. And then you come out of the dark night of the soul, and that's called your awakening. So that means you're awakening. Now, you're not just awakening to the previous version of yourself. You're awakening to the new, stronger, fresher, bigger, better version of yourself that's tapped in, tuned out. You're super connected to everything. You feel everything. Your empathic qualities start popping. You start getting super psychic. You start realizing, wow, I have talents and gifts and I didn't know. So those of you who are listening that are in your dark night of the soul, don't fret. It ends. You can get out of it, even though it feels eternal, like eternal doom. You can get out of it. We've all been there. We've all lost people. We've all had pain, suffering, abuse, all of it. And you do get out of it. So what sparks it? That question hopefully was answered. Sorry, I went so long.
No, I'm really thinking about it because it is what is, if I were to make a top 10 list in my readings and in my shamanic work, what people have been experiencing, that is the term they use, is the dark night of the soul that could last years. They go, I don't know, I think I've been in it for years. And I go, you have been in it for years. It takes, look, it's not that during the dark night of the soul, nothing is happening. It's that in the dark night of the soul, because of the cocoon you're in, think of it more of a cocoon. And when that caterpillar is in the cocoon, there's all sorts of information, data that is happening genetically, cosmically, for that being that's preparing to come outside of that cocoon.
Because everything is darkness and light. Yin and yang.
It is
right?
how we see it. We see it coming out of one place where it was coming into the unknown, which is dark. And then once the unknown becomes known, it becomes light.
Right. So when you're in the unknown, when you're in the darkness, you're still in your creation. You're still in your creativity.
Yeah.
You're still digging around in your bottom drawer.
But you don't know it.
No, you don't know it.
That's the
You
thing.
think you're completely alone and you think nobody loves you on the whole planet.
No, it's just the winter, right? In the winter,
Yes.
underneath the snow, lies the seed that with the sun's love.
What song is that?
Comes the rose.
Wait, how come I don't
All
know
right.
the song?
The Bette Midler.
Okay.
Oh, that's why I don't know.
So what is it's pretty much one of the greatest songs ever written.
And probably
was
hard to
really-
sing, I assume.
It's a beautiful
It is
song.
kind of hard to sing.
We got.
Would
You want
you-
some more? Are there more
Yeah.
super chats, or do you want to do spirit shout outs?
Well, I can do a. Why don't you do the spirit shout outs and then I'll give you a question.
All right. Tuning my brain to spirit shout outs. Boop. So okay. So somebody broke their, I don't know what, the lower leg. So from the knee down, what is that? What bone is that, Erica? The fibula? I don't know. I'm literally pulling names.
You
What is
have
it?
to know the answer to this.
Tibia, of course.
As a matter of fact,
The well of data. What is
it
it?
could be the tibia, the fibia, or the femur. It's one of those three.
No, femur's up
Let's
here.
pick one.
It's something from the knee down, that
Not
bone.
the tibia, because the tibia is the hip, right?
No, that's not your pelvis.
Listen, from the
We
knee
did
down.
not get a medical
From the
degree.
knee down.
okay.
Somebody,
I'm a mistake,
somebody,
not a medical doctor.
either this was you or the person who crossed over, broke this, injured this.
Public school system.
Who knows what it was from?
Really
Okay.
bad. I went to private school and I still don't know it.
Sorry.
Sorry,
So
guys,
the
for
next
being bad.
and the next spirit shout out is, it's the name
Timmy.
Gary, Gary, or it's Geary, Geary. I think this person still might be alive, but they lost someone. They're not telling me this very clearly, but the name, it's either Geary. Is Geary even a name?
I don't know.
Unless they used to say it like that.
Yeah.
Who knows? Okay, that's the second spirit shout out. And the other one is, do you or someone that crossed over, did they collect road signs? Like the road sign would fall over and then they would take it off the street and steal it and bring it back into their house and had it in their house for a long time?
That's very specific.
Yeah.
I only do specific.
Okay. Then.
So there's the shout outs. Okay.
That was great. It's tibia and fibula.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I think
See,
we have
I
some-
knew it was
yeah.
something
I think
like
we have
that.
some
Yeah.
nurses in the house.
I paid
Yeah.
attention sometimes.
Yeah, I was.
Connie
in school.
has been in medical for 40 years.
Go,
Surgery and EMT. How many people do we have in the first responders, EMT, emergency units, and nurses? I would love for you guys to let us know who you are so we can send you guys a lot of energy and healing love for doing the great work that you do that takes guts every day to show up. And thank you so much, because we all benefit from your dedication and focus, and we appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, so this was one of our oh my god, I just forgot the word. Super chat.
Okay. Got it.
From Silver.
Silver?
The way she phrased it is kind of funny. I had what felt like a strangely aggressive encounter with a spotted lanternfly. I absolutely,
Well,
I know, I'm like,
No, there's, go on.
I know
But
exactly
yeah,
what that is.
I absolutely know this was a message for me, and I'm looking for some clarity here.
Well, just the name of the fly should tell you something. Spotted, do the laundry. See, there's your message. No? Lanternfly lights the way. The lanternfly lights the way is saying you need to, it's like finding your path. The lanternfly, lantern, think it is to guide you. Spirit guide is guiding you with a lantern to light the path. It means that you need to make an adjustment. It means the way you keep thinking it's supposed to be done is really not that way supposed to be done. It means that you have to be more flexible now.
And it's also an insect, which are very light and they're very fun in a way. It's not like a giant truck coming by and almost hitting you. This is saying, keep it light,
Yeah.
be sensitive.
And don't let things bug you.
Right.
Bugs were meant to bug you. But then if you think about some of those movies that we've seen where there's this like monk sitting in the forest and grabs the fly, or the fly lands on the monk's nose and the monk isn't bothered at all, and then the fly goes away. I would also say that this has something to do with what you are afraid of. It's also pointing, if you think that the fly is aggressive, then it's saying, where are you being aggressive that you're not seeing? It's only going to match frequency. So aggressive doesn't mean that you're trying to hurt someone physically or even verbally. It could be the way that you're even talking to yourself. It could be the reactions that you have that you haven't learned how to channel your anger, express it where you can neutralize it, not make yourself or anybody else wrong. That's what that means, neutralize the anger. So take a look at that. Spirit animal medicine is really very, very powerful medicine. All of our ancestors knew it, that when the animals crossed our path or showed us something that there was a meaning to it. We are here in this world to receive communication from all things that are living sentient beings, which is constant. Even everything, even a rock is a living being. Its molecules are pulsating and radiating, and they're alive. They're not still. Put it under the microscope, even the rock's atoms are going like this. So there's a certain consciousness. Different than ours, but it is. So look into those things.
Spirit shout out.
Yes, spirit shout out.
Okay, so this is a fun like synchronicity here. So the road sign one, first of all, Crystal, who you gave the message from her husband Brian, he collected road signs.
Oh, so that was
But
what?
But there's more.
But there's more. Stormy Norman, her son is named Gary, and she just picked up a road sign from the street the other day and put it in the van. So there's that. And his grandmother died last year. Her name was Virgie.
How do you spell it?
Virgie.
Virgie. Okay.
Virgie.
So to Crystal, definitely that one was for you. And this happens where I give very specific messages where you think this couldn't possibly be for more than one person.
Right.
Like I don't go, who's John?
Right.
Like, and everybody goes, I know a John. No, it doesn't work like that.
Right.
Sometimes it is John, though. I hate to say it. Like
Yeah.
I was doing a reading the other day, and I said, and they're like, "Is anyone coming through?" I said, "Yeah, I know it's the most common name, but I just have to say it. There is a John." And she's like, "Oh, my father, my grandfather, my great grandfather, all named John." I was like, "Okay, it makes sense now." But what is the son's name?
Gary.
Gary. Okay, got it. So there's like this weird, and I'm still figuring out how this bleed through happens. They want me to talk about the road signs. They're showing it to me. Got it. So Crystal, definitely for you, and now also for this woman. What's her name?
Stormy.
Stormy. Okay, got it. Stormy. Okay, so and for Stormy, great, and his grandson's name is Gary.
So Stormy's grandson is Gary.
Got it. And he picked up a road sign.
Yeah.
The grandma passed.
Yeah. Stormy picked up the road sign.
And is the woman who passed Stormy's wife?
No, I think Stormy is a female.
I thought it's Norman is the name.
Stormy Norman, but I thought that was her last name. Stormy. Stormy, please identify yourself.
Stormy, what is your first name?
First name?
And are you a male or a female?
Or other.
Or other.
That's fine. But the grandmother is the grandmother to the
I got
grandson. Yeah.
Well, I would just like to say that Grandma was definitely watching the road sign situation, Stormy, and is, I want to say, going along for the ride on these little things, these little day-to-day practicalities, peeking in and saying hello. And I'll say it once and I'll say it again. All is well on the other side. And really, this is looking after Gary. Got it? Looking after Gary. The hand of Grandma will always protect when needs protection. It doesn't mean that nothing troublesome will ever happen to Gary. That's not life on planet Earth. We all run into trouble of some kind. But this is more about she's a watcher and will do her best to whisper good vibrations to him so he always makes good choices. Okay? Thank you.
I'm going to take one real quick. This is Jessica from Dublin, Ireland.
Well, hello.
Hello, Jessica. Welcome to our channel, and thank you for subscribing. And so you're saying that you're having the same dream about your father over and over that's been deceased for 6 years. So basically what that means is, hello, is anyone home? He is trying to connect with you. And so if you're past your grief to the point where you can start to receive his information, his messages, or his just him talking to you, that's good.
Is she saying what the dream is? Can she tell us the dream?
Maybe you can tell us the dream.
Don't you want to interpret the dream for her?
You could.
Yeah.
You could tell me your dream if you'd like. But that is why you have a dream about your father over and over and over, is because he is trying to connect with you. And he wants to do it in a way that's not sad or grieving. It has to be a way that's more like he wants to let you know he's okay. And as soon as you find that peace within you, the dreams will start to calm down a little bit. That's my take on.
I'd love to hear what the dream is, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stormy is female.
Okay.
And Gary is her son.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Got it. The son. I got it. Okay.
We'll remember next
But
time.
the grandmother was giving the message
Yes,
to Gary
and
as the
she
grandson.
said, I will happily share this message with him. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
You're welcome.
All righty. Let's see. I had a question lined up. Oh, yes. This is from Linda. I'm feeling like my relationship with my brother Steve is over. I don't feel love from him, and I'm having a hard time accepting it. Is this permanent?
Yes. Pretty permanent. Doesn't mean that he doesn't love you, though. I'm having a hard time feeling love for him. That's because he's made a lot of things wrong in the past that have a little bit to do with you and a lot more to do with his own upbringing. And a feeling of accomplished non-accomplishment, like not fulfilled with what he's doing. So, whatever judgment he's made towards you, he can't drop that until he actually changes how much he judges himself. So that's why I say, yeah, pretty permanent. Seems pretty locked in there. Is it worth it? If I try to open a jar of something and I can't open it, after a while, I'm like, do I even want to eat this? Maybe the universe is telling me I don't need to have any of this right now. Okay? You have to get rid of all the supposed tos. My brother is supposed to love me in this way. Well, as long as you love him and that's potent, don't let him being in the dark take you into the dark. You can love people even when they don't love themselves and even when they don't know how to love you back. You can still love them.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, sure. And we do that, right?
Yep.
We do that with certain family members, certain friends.
Just
but
love them anyway.
It doesn't mean that you have to interact with them through calling them or trying to get verbal communication from them. That doesn't mean that. It means that you step back. Because if you love them, then you'll always see the light within them, and then that's a good feeling inside of you. But as you know, this earth is a place where we come to evolve, and none of us are exempt from the walking through the darkness several chapters of our life. That's what it is. And your brother has to know that, and then he has to step up for himself. I'm sure he's not just bouncing around actually vibrantly happy in every other way in his life authentically. Right?
Can I add something to this little moment here? Because this happens to all of us, is we're in the darkness and we're depressed and we're sad and we're mad and years go by. And maybe there's a couple family members or friends that are not in their darkness, but they can't get through to you. They can't talk to you. You're not on the same frequency with them. They can't really enjoy spending time with you because you're so in your darkness. Then you come out of your darkness and then hopefully they're still around and you can connect. So in reverse, the same is true. So let's say you are now in your light. You're happy. You're feeling good. You're vibrant. You're feeling all the good vibes and you feel like you're really free now. Mm-hmm. And then you try to go talk to some of your friends or family members who are not in that space. They are in their dark night of the soul. They're doing their deep creative work in themselves in the darkness, and they don't want to be bothered, and they don't want to talk to you, and they don't like anything you're saying. And it's not you, the person, the identity, even though it sounds like it. It's that you guys are not lining up. Right now, you guys are in kind of different subject matters. You're learning different parts of if this is a class, you're in different studies, fields of study. You're not on the same page. So I would not take that personally. It's just you guys are in different frequencies.
Jessica said about in her dream that you were talking about from
Yes.
Ireland. My dad, she calls it her dad, which is really cute, is talking, but I can't make out what he is saying. He just sits there with me and my family in the dream, but it's all the time.
Aw. I mean, he's sending such tremendous love to you. I mean, this is so clear. He's just saying, I'm still here with you. I haven't left. I'm by your side, but I'm not going to show up in an apparition in your house. You're not going to see me like a ghost, but I'm going to come to you in the dream state because this is where you're surrendered. This is where your brain is quiet. This is where you can receive this type of information. And he's letting you know he's still with you. He's still very much alive and well in another dimension, and he's holding your hand. He's by your side. He's letting you know that he has not left. And that's the whole point. And that's the big thing that Riz, especially being a psychic medium, brings to us all the time, and has helped me tremendously with my loved ones who have crossed.
But specifically about the dream, the reason why you can't hear him is that right now, look, if he said anything, you would probably read into it too much. If he said anything at all, if he's like, oh, it's, I don't know, anything, you might focus on those words too much. It's not that he's struggling to come across to try to talk to you. The only thing that he's wanting you to know is that he sees you and that he's communicating to you non-verbally, because you can't hear him or make out what he's saying. It's not that you need to become more psychic or someone needs to come and decipher this for you. I'm already telling you what it is. Man, I would just be happy that he's coming to you in the dream. So let that be, accept it, and just say to yourself, thank you, I know you're with me, thank you for showing up, and really feel that, try to find that place inside of yourself that really accepts it and is grateful for just even a smidgen of getting to see him. And then the dream will probably change after that.
Yeah, because he feels that you're more stable now. Like you've accepted it to the point where now you can move on, and he can move on with you. You can go to the next stage of your evolution.
Yep.
This question is from Luciana.
Luciana.
Does my mother, Wanda, have a message for me? Luciana, with much, much love for you both.
Thank you.
Well, right off the bat, I have to say to everyone, I can't just dial it up. If you're supposed to get a message from someone, it'll come through. If I'm not getting anything at the moment, it's because the universe is not allowing it at that moment. But I can ask my guides if there's anything. Like, I'm not connecting to Luciana's mom right now. Usually I feel it within a few seconds, but I can ask my spirit guides, Red Eagle, if there's anything that I can say to you, Luciana, about your mom. And what's the mom's name?
She did not.
We got to have the name. We have to have the name. So we'll come back.
We'll come back to that.
And when she passed.
Okay. So Ed.
Are you telling everybody
Yes.
that they have to? Okay.
Yeah, people they forget.
But when you ask me the question, if you don't see that information, just write them a note.
Okay. So Ed missed the previous spirit shout out. He said, I fractured my fibula about 3 or 4 years ago.
Thank you. Did Ed get a question before too?
I think Araya had talked to him.
Okay, so Ed, you got 2 tonight. Spirits must want to take care of you. Yeah, very strong angelic energy, Saint Germaine, giving this message of giving you a blast of rejuvenation and healing, and to do much and to keep working on your health and expanding your health and putting the right supplements and things in your body, going to your cabinet and doing away with what is old, throwing away old bottles of things, whether it is something that you take in your body or put on your body, go under the sink in the bathroom, throw away a lot of things that you're not going to use. If you haven't used it in 2 years, you're never going to use it. Just get rid of it. You need to clear energy. That issue that you had with the fibula, right? That was the word?
Yes.
With the fibula, of course, it's always about balance and stepping forward. And if that breaks, it's to slow you down. Was it on the right side of the body?
He did not say.
Okay, Ed, I'd love to. Was it on the right side? Because I touched my own right side. Just curious. Either way, the point is that Saint Germaine's message to you is about really organizing and honing in, not becoming a control freak about your health, but to just throw out the old and in with the new, really hone in on what you really need, get some real, also look into detailed blood work. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Mark Hyman. Araya and I both are. Function Health. We're just fans of it. We're not like associated with them in any way at all. We're just fans. And they have an amazing biomarker test that checks 100 biomarkers. When you get your blood test at the doctor's, they check like 10 things, 15 things max. Mark Hyman's system checks 100 biomarkers, really detailed analysis of what's going on with your health. And I would say, look that up online and do it. Okay.
So Luciana's mother's name is Wanda, and she passed in May of 2022.
Thank you. Now that can maybe bring some more for Red Eagle to find if there's a message from her. Red Eagle goes, she likes your necklace. She likes my necklace. There's my necklace. Wanda likes it. I don't know, maybe because it has a little bling on it. It's actually O's necklace, but I like how it looks on me. That's interesting because maybe she had a necklace like this. I don't know. Did she? Okay. What is the significance of March? I know you said May, but what is the significance of March? Whose birthday or connecting month is that? Saint Sebastian is the archangel or the saint. Yes, they're real. Kind of, there's beautiful, what I hear in my mind right now is like the kind of like choir coming from that side. She understands your spirituality now from her perspective. That's what my guide is telling me. I'm not connecting to your mom right now. My spirit guide is telling me, I'm relaying a message. She understands your brand of spirituality now and is, of course, is proud of you. That goes without saying, but I have to say it because they're saying it. That's all I'm getting for now. That's all I'm getting for now.
Okay. Did you have...
I would like to say a little something, unless you're on a roll.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So, every now and then, if you guys ever watch the show, I'll get these little inklings or I get like a little hit of something that I want to share with the group.
Yeah.
And I kind of am feeling something right now that's coming in that I've never quite felt before. And I had to second guess it because I don't even use this terminology for myself. So I was like, I have never even heard to say it this way, even in referring to myself. So I'm going to share it with the group to see how it resonates with everybody. So have you ever considered looking at yourself as a sacred being?
I feel like we think we do.
I have never
Right?
officially said that about myself. Have you, Erica?
I don't know.
Have you?
I mean...
We never
not-
say that
but
in that phrasing,
My
right?
first answer was actually yes, but then when I'm like, no, it's
the
deeper.
mic is so far from you.
Hopefully I'm going to face the mic like this. My first answer would be that I do, but then I think it's deeper than that because then I'm thinking about the word sacred being.
Yeah.
I think of myself as a being. We are divine energy. I think of always.
Right, but we never say, can see yourself as a sacred being.
Yeah.
And I literally
Interesting.
had a resistance to it when I first heard it about 10 minutes ago. If you guys play back, I was staring at this globe and I was getting this message and I was fighting it because I was like, wait, maybe I'm hearing it wrong. So I had to go back and forth and they said it again. And I said, okay, let me just unpack this for a minute.
Right.
So, I think for obvious reasons, the reason we don't hear our own internal dialogue and say, I am a sacred being, is because we don't think we qualify in some way, shape, or form because we're always in the muck of creation.
Right.
And our hands are always dirty with our stuff and we don't see ourselves as sacred. So everything else is sacred. Maybe some people think the planet is sacred or nature, animals, spirit guides. Those are sacred. Sacred acts. Sacred rituals, that's sacred. Saint Germaine, spirit guides, Red Eagle, that's sacred. Babies, maybe, that's sacred. Maybe a marriage, you look at it from far away, that's sacred union. But nobody hears themselves as a sacred being, sees themselves as a sacred being. So then I was like, wow, that would probably be because we don't think we're valued enough or we're worthy enough of the word sacred. So if you ask yourself, what benefit would I get if I considered myself a sacred being? Well, to me, if I were to run that through my system, I'm a little humbled by that. I get a little quiet. And then I also get like, well, yes, because that's probably how the guides see us. So that tracks. And I'm like, okay, so we're sacred in the sense that we're doing sacred work That would mean we're doing sacred work every day on ourselves, but we don't see it that way. We think it's dirty and not sacred, right? So then this makes sense to me. So I'm like, yeah, we are actually sacred beings. That's true. We actually are. I am a sacred being. Wait a minute. That will solve a lot of problems for me if I just like apply that. It's like putting an ointment on a burn. That feels like I'm readjusting my lenses, my internal compass, and how I see myself. And I like that.
Well, give an example of what would be an action that, a typical action that you're doing day to day, that if you decided that you are a sacred being during it, it would change the experience for you.
Oh, tricky question. I'm up for it. Okay. I'll give you, I'm going to jump right in. I'm just going to jump right in. I'm not going to pre-think it. I'm just going to jump in. So let's say we're having a marital spat. Okay. Or is this like, yeah, and?
Well, think about
every
it.
day.
You got to do it
So-
for, who never know, because that only applies to married people.
Oh, okay. So let's say I'm up against, okay, so sacred. Okay, so that means, let's say I'm up against one of my blocks.
No, I mean a practical thing that's happening day to day.
Oh my God.
Well,
Okay.
Like, how do you live a more sacred life? Is it through
Maybe-
No,
burning
I
sage?
didn't say,
Is it
no,
through,
no.
know.
Maybe it would just change how I would move my body through the world.
Yes,
like
I'm
maybe
not
how I get in the
saying-
car would be different.
Getting in the car would be different?
Okay, so let's pause there for a second.
Yeah.
Hold on, don't go too fast. Riz, I'm not saying everything I do will be like I'm doing sacred acts.
Yeah, I know.
That's not what I'm saying, right?
No, I get it. I'm saying, how
Okay.
does
That's what I
one
mean.
see themselves as a sacred being in the actual practical day-to-day life? It
Okay,
has to be
so let's go
lived.
back to
How
the
do you
source.
live
Okay,
it?
let me answer the question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, but it starts with the source files. So you would have to actually feel internally that you are a sacred being.
How?
Well, first of all, you have to understand what sacred is. So what
Okay.
is sacred to you?
Right?
How do you feel when you approach something that is sacred to you?
My cat or my dog is sacred to me.
Okay, so let's take your cat. The cat is sacred. There's a
Yes.
feeling. Now apply that feeling to you as a being. I am that sacred cat.
Wait, I got to see. I make it always more clear. So I think of it, my cat is precious to me. I got to clear
Okay,
that.
so let's
Okay,
go to, let's
so
find
you
it.
could call it precious.
So
but-
let's go
But
find
sacred is
something
different.
sacred.
So what is
Well,
sacred
for
to
me,
you?
Yeah.
Can I explain the car thing that I was saying?
I was
'Cause
thinking more along that
Because
lines.
if I felt I was really sacred, and sometimes I do feel that I'm a sacred being, but it's not in my morning to night. It's not my like every
Right.
day I'm aware of it. But if
Clearly
I
not
did,
for any of us.
right? Like, but I would notice right away. Like I kind of throw my body around. Like
Let's
I
start
wouldn't-
there.
You
I
know?
like that. So how would I change? You would change the way your
Yeah.
body movements. Okay, so how I
Totally.
would change is I would respect myself more. So while I'm going through menopause and I'm crawling up the wall sometimes and driving everybody crazy, I should tell myself, wait, this is a sacred act. I'm in a sacred design. It's a sacred I'm experiencing a sacred
Yeah.
experience.
So I would
To
say,
even
I wouldn't say
simplify-
respect it more. I would say honor it more.
well, for me
What if-
personally, it would
Because you're
feel
not disrespecting
What if you
it.
made it
Yeah.
really practical and like you're having a hot flash and
Right.
instead of saying this hot flash is a problem, you're like, oh, I'm experiencing a sacred, my body's
well,
doing something
that's what I'm
sacred
saying.
right
that's
now.
what I'm saying. So
Oh, I got one also.
yeah. Well, that's how I
Yeah.
would feel.
In
It
that
would be
realm.
more.
If you
Yeah.
notice in the spiritual community, right, in the people who are into metaphysical things, when they talk about a woman's period, they say moon cycle. They don't just say
Your period.
your period. They say moon cycle. There's something to that, and that's how the ancient, your ancestors had. That's how they clocked it with the moon. So there was something sacred about that. There's something sacred about we bless our food before we eat it because we believe that getting to actually eat while other people are starving there's something sacred about that. So not throwing your body around, like going to the car and just slamming the door and plopping yourself down in the seat and fumbling with the keys. It's about making those moments more sacred to yourself.
So Patricia just said, I'm not worthy of seeing myself as sacred.
Right. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Patricia, we're all working this out together. Okay.
Yeah.
So stay with the class.
Yes, stay
Okay.
with us.
Stay with the class. So if you're just tuning in, I got a download that we're breaking apart and my throat is also wanting to have a little experience right now. So what I am understanding is that the guides see us as sacred beings. And we don't see ourselves that way. We look at the guides as sacred beings, but not ourselves.
Yeah.
So they kept telling me during this transmission tonight, they were saying, you should see yourself as a sacred being. So that's what we're unpacking. So it's very interesting because we're not accustomed and used to seeing ourselves that way.
You know, there's a lot of programming. If you think about the song Amazing Grace, which I never liked, I don't like that song because I don't like where it says, and it saved a wretch like me. I hate that line. What do you mean a wretch like you?
Well, because Christians...
I know that you, well, let's not make any, it's just about the sentiment behind it. I understand it's saying because the wretch was like, I'm in pain, but you don't need to see yourself as that. There's a deep programming that's been going on in the modern world for centuries that you are damaged, weak, flawed from the very beginning, or this world trashes you. And spirituality or metaphysical thinking is that you are energy, you are frequency that is based on your level of surrender to all that is, which is magic and creation, or it is constriction against things, trying to protect a self that is ever changing and multidimensional. You've lived thousands of lifetimes.
A lot of what you're saying, people will hear it in a heady fashion. So they hear it mentally and understand it, but they don't understand it in their heart and soul.
Because, right. And that's why
where the word sacred comes in.
Okay.
Because sacred activates all the chakras.
And that's why earlier when you were talking about thresholds, yeah, you may think if you're not really hitting rock bottom, then it will sound heady to you, meaning what I'm talking about.
Right.
But if you've actually hit rock bottom and you have nowhere else to go, or you're snorting it up your nose, or just getting wasted, smoking pot all day long, or drinking it to death, or doing experiences or behaviors that are addictive in other ways.
So what's
So
interesting,
you are not facing a higher truth that you will ultimately have to come to. So that's why I say it that way.
well, so let's break down really quick because everyone's talking about this right now. So let's break down the word sacred. Let's start there. Some people, their definition is related to religion. Some people, their programming, sacred
That's
is
what I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah.
we're clearing it up right
Right.
now. Let's clear the definition of sacred. So sacred has a different definition for everybody, but at the end of the day, if you put all of our definitions together and put it in a blender, what you're going to get is we feel that it is a holy or perfect, illuminated, precious thing. So we tend to make it separate from us, and we see us as wretched or broken
Right.
humans
Right.
that are damaged, diseased, and troubled, right? Okay. That's the running theme. That's the running program we all have. So if you bring the word sacred and reflect it to yourself in the way the spirit guides see us, so that's how they see us, is having a sacred experience, living as a sacred human being in a sacred environment. If you bring in the idea of sacredness into your everyday life and see yourself that way, it changes the way you operate. That's what I'm
like
saying.
to look at tribal cultures as having a less tainted definition of the word sacred because
they're more pure. It seems like they're more earthy.
No, yes, but it's more about they aren't about this. You're thinking sacred means that you have a certain moral purity. That's not what we're talking about at all. Because rock and roll is sacred.
Well,
heavy metal is sacred.
Adam said it right.
Yeah.
Adam said pizza is sacred.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
okay.
exactly-
Riz and I
It's
talk
not
about pizza
sacred
being
doesn't mean
sacred
perfect.
all the time. Anybody
Right.
who knows us knows how we feel about pizza.
I think people collapse the idea
Yeah.
of sacred with perfection.
Yeah.
Or
Not-
religious.
Or
Or
religion.
religious.
They don't
But
see it.
it's like
You have to bust
everyone
out of it,
would
man.
agree if you look at a baby, they're sacred, and that baby's face could be covered in sauce. It could have
And
painted
dirt.
on your walls. It could have dirt in its fingernails, and you'll still say
Okay,
that
so
the
now
infant is
great,
sacred.
great point. And anyone on Earth, just beyond any borders or language, will know that the relationship when the mother is holding the baby, that moment is sacred everyone on earth knows that.
Yes.
Okay, so now that relationship is sacred. Now
Yes.
now take away the mother and the baby at that moment. Let's do it again. Picture the mother and the child, the baby. You feel the sacredness of that. Now disappear the beings and you're left with just the feeling. That takes some meditation. You got to do that a few times. Take away the people, connect to the feeling through the people, then take away the people, right? Think about a rose, smell it. Forget the word rose, forget the flower now. Now just be in the essence of that fragrance. That's what you're trying to do in your deepest points of your spirituality is surrender yourself to the essence of something. So you're reminding yourself all the time. So if you're repeating, someone earlier said, I can't see myself as that. It's because you're repeating a program. You have to be sick of it. You can't, you will start to go into some self-pity there. I can't see myself as sacred. Don't keep repeating that because it starts to become indulgent. Okay, so you have to stop. You got to put.
That's for a higher.
You have to
that's for a higher class right there.
This is a high. You're watching this.
No,
as a
but
higher
you
class.
just went to a whole nother level. I don't even know if anybody could follow you where you just went.
Well, you know the bicycle wheel is spinning, and you stick a stick in that wheel and stop it in its tracks. You have to stop that. So stop thinking.
But let's go back to what you just said because that was so freaking good.
Okay.
So basically, he's saying that if you keep saying, I'm not sacred,
You compound it.
you're actually doing a version of ego more in the sense of I'm dirty, tainted, raw, broken. Therefore, I'm not sacred. That is your own version of another form of obsession about the grossness and darkness of humanity, which is fine. When you give birth, there's blood and gore that comes out when the baby is born. So yes, being human and going through Earth School is messy and dirty. But what we're saying is, look at it from a large scope that everything is sacred.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I do all the spirit shout outs tonight? They're all done?
Yes.
6 for 6, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
And yes, rest in peace, Ozzy and
Ozzy, yeah.
Hulk Hogan
Hulk
and
Hogan.
all those. Yeah.
Do you know who passed today?
No.
Lonnie Anderson. Gen X is having a hard week, y'all.
Wow.
That's the Chiron return.
So, okay. So, Malcolm Jamal Warner,
Yeah.
Chuck Mangione, the musician,
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, Lonnie Anderson. These are all Gen X, idols.
Yeah. Each one iconic.
Iconic, very strong image and
And
messaging.
That's what Chiron and Aries is all about. Being an icon to yourself of what you are, but being an individual and really being in your own truth. That's what makes Gen X so incredible is they have that individual streak and the rebel. That's why they're here.
Yes. So much respect to all of them on their journey. But it's okay to cry and mourn, play their music and watch their TV shows and laugh and cry all at the same time. It's all part of it. Do you want me to continue? Got some more questions for me?
I do have a
All right.
question. This is from Colleen. I'm hearing a woman's voice whispering, but I can't make it out clearly. Curious if you have advice on the subject of clairaudience.
I mean, you have experienced that.
Okay, so go ahead and ask the question again.
Clairaudience.
I was literally.
I'll start off.
No, but I was
Yeah.
literally thinking about Lonnie Anderson right now.
Okay, I'll talk about clairaudience. So, guys, as you know, there's clairsentience. You feel things. There's clairaudience. You physically hear things with your inner ear or your outer ear. You might even hear a voice in the room. There's clairvoyance. I see the future, past, reading into it. And I always forget what is the one that you can smell things.
Oh, I never remember what that's called.
Can you look that up one
That's
more
kind of
time?
interesting.
Yeah.
Claire something.
Clair smelling.
Claire smell.
They should just call it Claire smelling.
I know.
Everybody
Why?
would get it.
It's something with the olfactory nerve.
Oh my gosh.
Clair olfactoring. Okay. So yes, Colleen, clairaudience is a real thing. Don't be afraid of it. Allow yourself to tune into it. Meditation is the key to tuning in better psychically. You must meditate. And you must, if you can't meditate, do guided meditations. Actually, I think that guided meditations are even better because you get to fully relax and you visualize and connect to the visual cues that the person who's leading you in the meditation. Look, this is YouTube. There's guided meditations all over the place. My favorite is a guy named Jason Stevenson. Look him up. He does guided meditations. There's hundreds of them on his channel. I love his voice. I love his demeanor. I love what he conveys. So look him up. And every night, guys, all of you, not just Connie or Colleen, you should be putting your earbuds in at night, doing a little talk down meditation. You don't have to do it every night, but I think a couple of nights a week will really benefit you. So Clairaudience is actually, as we have a third eye, I like to say we have a third ear. So these voices coming from the higher dimensions, meaning people who have crossed over, they are some people think they're piercing through this dimension. They're not piercing through this dimension. You are piercing through this dimension with your signal capabilities. They're not piercing through. We sometimes say piercing through just for the sake of discussion, like they're trying to come through to give you a message. But really, it's that we're sharing the space with all those on the other side. But they are in a higher frequency dimension that is not, again, this 3 hard D dimension. Okay, so they, your ear is getting tuned, and you maybe because you're a spiritual person, and you also maybe have had a gift that you haven't developed. It's there. So listen. It will come through eventually, but it has to be that you have to quiet the background noise in your mind. You can think better. If there was someone banging, doing construction outside your house right now, everyone, while you're watching Psychic Sundays, and suddenly it stopped, you'd be able to focus better. Your nervous system would relax more. So meditation is to help you reduce background noise. Thank you. Thereby enhancing your psychic abilities.
It's called clairolfaction.
It is olfactory.
Yes.
You're okay.
You were right.
Clairolfaction.
Also, we have on the YouTube channel, there are some sleep videos with Red Eagle.
Red Eagle. And I think O did some.
Yes.
O did one.
Yes.
I literally
and O.
have one of the links in my hand right now.
Yes.
You and I
We
are
have
so
one.
freaking in sync.
Sorry,
It's
Jason.
so
we got one
ridiculous.
too.
Yeah.
We have several meditations
Yeah.
things I want to introduce you to. So one of them is a link I'm sending where it's an 8-hour black screen Red Eagle reprogramming message that you can reprogram yourself with how to believe in magic again. There's another one that you could learn to trust yourself. That is another one here. I'll drop all of these in the link.
Yeah.
And then while you sleep, another one, reprogram yourself, stop being a slave, meaning,
Ooh.
yeah. So this is all Red
Free
Eagle.
your mind.
This is
the
all
rest
Red
will
Eagle.
follow.
Red Eagle channeling. So basically, there's that. Plus, Red Eagle Riz has channeled Red Eagle chanting. And there was a client that sent you a video of her 8-year-old daughter
Who goes to
listening
sleep.
to Red Eagle chanting to go to sleep at night.
Yes.
That's how advanced these kids are.
Could you have my deck?
And I have to see if I can find it.
And I want to say a couple of things. This is a little, we're going to take a, tell you guys about, also update you on what is going on in our world.
Yeah,
So
guys.
we have,
Okay.
are we back on?
Yeah.
There was just too much traffic from the spirits. And apparently it got into Erica's body.
Sorry, guys.
As Erica was saying, you should be more aware of your physical body in what is
And not
sacred.
throwing yourself around.
She threw herself around and actually knocked the camera
Because I'm
over.
a perfectionist. While you're talking, I'm good.
Oh, you're going to focus on me? I'm talking. So she threw herself.
Because I wanted to make sure everybody got it, including me.
That's how it works, folks.
I did it for all of us.
It is like literally unbelievable when you are doing live broadcasts, the things that can happen. Sometimes I've been surprised. Whoa. I was about to say earthquake, and what you were just doing was making it look like the earthquake.
When it's perfect.
Perfect.
Right there?
Yeah. Which is what it was before. Okay. You're exactly where it was before.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, no, that's right.
okay. So you're just keeping it real, man. That was good, actually, that you knocked the camera over after you were the one who said I should not throw my body around. You can't even like script
You can't make this up, you guys.
So true.
So anyway, she was going to reach for the Riz the Wiz Spirit Guide Oracle deck because I was going to pull some cards. By the way, guys, if you don't have this deck by now, I don't know what you're doing. You got to get with the program because it's Lionsgate. And I love this deck so much that even if it wasn't called the Riz the Wiz Spirit Guide Oracle deck, I would still buy it.
Yeah.
And I would change my name to Riz the Wiz. That's how much I love this deck.
Oh my God.
I was going to announce Sedona. Guys, all the retreats are full this year because you guys have been messaging us about joining, but there are no more spots for anything this year. They are all sold out. But there are 2 retreats that you can come and hang out with us in person. We will be guiding you through 2 special sacred spots. Tulum in incredible Mexico, one of the most spiritual spots in all of Mexico, on the beach in beautiful, beautiful crystal clear waters. It's just going to be incredible. We're going to be doing sacred shamanic work and healing and meditation and breath work and sound healing and yoga and channeling every night. So Tulum, if you want information, you can type in Tulum and Erica will send that to you. And of course, if you sign up within the next day, you are going to get a little discount as my gift to you for watching this show and as a kind of our thanks for watching.
So now,
and the other thing is we have Sedona, Sacred Sedona, which is in March. Tulum is in January. Now, you might hear the word January and think to yourself, well, that's so far away. So far away. It is not far away. I hate to say it. It's 6 months away. And it's going to be here. No, less than 6 months. It's 4 months away. We're in August. So January is 4.5 months away, guys. And our retreats sell out sometimes years in advance. Literally, there are people who are signing up for Egypt from 2 years from now. So we do have space for Tulum, and we have space for the Sedona Shaman Red Eagle Channeling Retreat, which is going to be in March. And literally, I think there's 3 spots left for each retreat. But we like to offer this to you guys because you guys are our audience and you're our faithful followers and friends out there. So instead of answering all the people who are interested in social media, we want to offer it to you. If you'd like to come join us and you need information, again, you'll get a nice little discount for watching this show tonight. So just type in either Sedona or Tulum, Tulum, and Erica will send you the info.
yes, and Tulum and Sedona both are known, as Riz says, they're known for their vortexes, and their vortexes have been discovered by their ancient historic village people, I guess you would say, or their indigenous people, and they would use these vortexes to bring in more sacred energies and to communicate to extraterrestrial beings and have their sacred ceremonies like in mass formation. So they would have big major ceremonies. And when you go to these areas and you go to Sedona and you're standing on these vortexes, you feel a complete shift in your body and you completely change.
You sure do.
And the same with Tulum.
Well, let me tell you something interesting a lot of people don't know. Sometimes a few people have asked me over the years, like, oh, you wear your third eye marking on your head because you're Indian. Is that a Hindu thing? Well, I'm not Hindu, so I don't ascribe to any religion. I love aspects of all of them, but actually the dot has nothing to do with any particular religion. The third eye marking, guys, if you were to study it, did not actually originate even in India. It's further back. In fact, as far back as 17,000-year-old cave paintings. 17,000-year-old cave paintings in France, of all places. Yes. Wow. There were cave drawings of shamans where there was clear markings on the center of the forehead.
Wow.
Also, the Mayans and the Aztecs, speaking of Tulum, they also marked this as the eye of the soul. You'll find it in Mesopotamian culture. You'll find it in Greek culture. You'll find it as the eye of Horus in Egypt. And also in Egypt, the third eye was marked. So this is a truth that goes beyond any culture. It is part of our spiritual DNA. So I don't find it cultural appropriation when some people say to me, do you get mad when somebody wears a dot? We didn't invent it. Sorry, my fellow Indians, we didn't invent the third eye. It exists. And it's been marked for thousands and thousands of years in cultures already, because the download comes from source energy. It's like saying that it's like talking about your bones or your chakra. We all have them. So we mark it. I like to mark mine sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Tonight I did. So I'm going to pull a card.
Okay.
Who should I pull a card for? Let's get numbers going, everyone. Tell me a number between 1 and 63, and I will pull that card as a collective reading for us tonight. By the way, you can still get your Riz the Wiz Spirit Guide Oracle deck if you order it from Erica, and you get a little discount. It's a small discount. It's like a $5 discount, but at least you get a discount. What numbers are we getting?
So we have, because there's a little bit of a delay. So
Okay.
just 1 second. Okay, here we go. 14, 27, 47, 43, 33. Everybody's picking different numbers.
I think it's 43.
Okay. 43 then.
Yeah, so I'm going to count out 20 cards from here, and that'll be 43. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, you know what I could do? I could just pick the page. No, I got to pick the card.
Okay.
Let me count that out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. So this would be 43. Saint Germain.
Oh, no way.
And I gave someone a message
Yeah,
from
so you
Saint Germain
called him
today.
in.
So here's the thing, and if you are clever out there, and I know all our viewers are clever. So Saint Germain is always, if you've been to Mount Shasta, all the spiritual shops have Saint Germain looking exactly the same, usually like White Jesus is how they, with a purple light around him.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but I just tended to think like there's so many spirit guides that you keep putting in that archetype. Don't they look like anything else? So I've been channeling Saint Germain for a while. Saint Germain. And one day in my channeling and meditation, he appeared like this. Saint Germain.
Well, let me hold it in one. Oh,
There you go.
because you look like you're throwing it around here.
There you go.
Okay, but I can hold it steady if you want.
I just want everybody to get a look at that.
But you're
wanna
holding
hold
it
it steady?
sideways. Yeah.
No, I'm holding it.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So who knew that Saint Germain was a brother? There you go. And he gave me a message, and his actual delivery changed. And I love that. So let's see Saint Germain in this avatar. And I'll read the message. We find the right page. 19, of course, Sacred 19. There we go. Blessings to you. I am Germaine of Germaine and the Violet Flames, the leader of my interdimensional band of cosmic sonic symphonies. Perhaps you have heard of us, or maybe misheard of us. Our songs are the healing waves surrounding the sacred lands of Mount Shasta. This land is a portal, a power center existing in the crown chakra meridian of Earth. The music we play is a frequency that you must be very still and quiet inside to be able to hear. And you are now ready to refine your skills. It is time to clear your internal hard drive of outdated programs that have slowed the traffic on the highways of your perceptions. There are worlds beyond your current awareness. Many visions you have seen in your imagination can become real for you. If you wish to create them, you have the power. If you have grown weary of your current reality, this is your sign of an expansion coming. Envision a bright violet flame, like a divine laser light, disintegrating them from your being. If you do not realize your grip, if you do not release your grip on your shoulds or your supposed tos, then how can you feel the new way? Underneath each layer is another and another. Do not rush through them. Each serves a purpose. You are not in a race to become enlightened. That would be the opposite of awakening, to rush to some end. This is also a special moment to bring your attention to your extraterrestrial friends whom you are psychically connected to. Gaze at the starry sky more often, relax into yourself, and ask for a sign from them. You may see them appear in their ships, or a shooting star might fly by. This connection will grow, and your sense of oneness with them will bring you great wonder and joy. Know that you can develop a psychic connection to those beyond the earthly realm. Saint Germaine, and you can see he's got the UFOs flying and Mount Shasta underneath him. Whew, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. And so interesting that we mentioned Saint Germaine, and then there was someone who was getting a message about Clairaudience.
And then somebody was reading, Jessica Goosebar says, I'm currently reading The Violet Flame, Saint Germaine. So Saint Germaine is in the house, you guys.
He's here. House.
Amazing.
Love it. What
Okay.
else do you want to do? We have, I want to take one more question.
Great. Because there is one.
Okay.
Stuti, and just to clarify, we do not give any medical advice.
No, we
but
don't.
It is medical related.
Sure.
Her mom collapsed on Thursday from low blood pressure
Mm.
and a viral infection. She was hospitalized and is stable now.
Oof.
Her next stent surgery is on August 11th.
Yeah.
Doctors are confident and she's ready to get it done, but she wanted to know if there was a message about this.
Yeah, there is. It is, Stuti, you can do a lot with her where since there's some time between now and when is it? August or September?
August 11th.
We have another week.
Yeah.
So what you can do with her is do a meditation with her, guide her in this. Let spirit guide you, Stuti. You've watched us enough. I think you're a creative person. Have her, as she lays there, tell her, Mom, envision this light around your heart and put your hand on her heart and say, I'm sending light into your heart. And we're telling the muscles of your heart that you can receive this surgery. You can receive any procedure that's happening to the bones in your chest and in your rib cage and all the capillaries and all the cells and all the pathways and meridians in your body. And we're going to fill them with light. And then go put your hand all along her body where her chakras are. Put your hand right there in her belly button from which you came. That's the umbilical cord, you as a daughter. Just put your finger right on it and connect with her. And put your other hand on her heart and tell her to close her eyes. And imagine all of these dots. The dot from where your hand is on her navel, the dot to where you are on her heart, and then your hand maybe on her, you can envision her to picture the light on her third eye. And then just hold that. Just 30 seconds will do. Just 30 to 60 seconds a night. Just do that. And send this message and encouragement. Not praying that she's going to make it through the surgery. Comes from too much doubt. Come from, we're telling the body and the cells to receive the surgery well. And it's time to, it's time to upgrade how the care is being done. Look, there's great herbal things that she can take that are Ayurvedic, right? In India, we have such an incredible system of Ayurveda, and being on the right herbs and things to strengthen her chi. It's giving her this male. It's like yang energy. There's yin and yang energy in acupuncture and in Chinese medicine, and I think in Ayurveda too. But either way, it's sending that energy into her. And beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. We send her a lot of love. Let's all send a lot of love and energy to Stuti's mom right now, and everyone who has someone who's in physical need. Whew.
Ooh, lots of energy.
Yeah.
I could feel that, man.
Yeah.
I think the Saint Germaine thing really got to everybody because everybody has their own personal experience right now with Saint Germaine in some ways. There's some people that are feeling it. And if you haven't really spent any time understanding who Saint Germaine is, we have some videos where Riz has channeled Saint Germaine in Mount Shasta. And
yes, we do.
You can listen to that. And also, if you want to do a nice meditation, I feel very strongly about color being a transmuter of energy and a frequency that carries. It's like a carrier. Like, you know how you have a carrier oil? This feels like it's a carrier. Like color is a carrier energy. It takes you from one experience to another. So if you get stuck, sometimes just changing the color of your room, the paint, the walls in your room, or your bedspread, or anything that requires a change of color changes your frequency because your associations to it.
Yeah.
And I made my Oracle deck the house witch, I made it based on this principle of changing
I love
your
your
environment.
deck. This is not the only deck, guys, that we offer. I have mine, and O has hers.
Yeah.
Look that up. You look on our site, you'll see all the stuff, and it's a way of
It's
you
over there, yeah.
continuing the teachings that we have been giving on this show for. My God, we're going to be coming up on 2 years in about another month and a half.
And for those of you who are new to us, Mr. Riz and Miss Lady O, is we have been doing this for over 15 years, and we have been working with the public until recently. We decided to bring it to YouTube and to kind of bring all sorts of little fun aspects of our real life, our personalities, who we are, a little behind the scenes. Sometimes we take you to expos. Sometimes we take you to haunted houses. We take you on road trips.
This is where we have fun and connect with you guys, because so much of our work is deeply into shamanic journey work, from channeling circles and events here in LA and all over the world. And between our books and the media appearances, this is the way that we get to kind of be one-on-one with you guys and kick back and relax and have fun. And yeah, it's really, really been great. And we want to continue. So share this, guys. Share the channel with people. And definitely, I know you guys are commenting tonight, but what would really help the channel is that after it's over, you comment on the video, because that's where it also helps to boost people to get to watch it more. So definitely leave a comment about how the show has been for you.
So when this program is over and it's, done, you'll see that the channel, the video will close and it goes to the next video. So what you do is you go back arrow, go back to this video, and you'll see there's a comment section. And people think because they're chatting, that somehow goes into the comments, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
You have to actually go under the video. Now, here's what happens if you comment. If you comment, YouTube says, there's people interacting with their channel. Let's push them to
more people.
Yeah. Also, I have an ongoing, and I'm going to change it this time to make it more attainable. So if I get 50 comments on this live, now we had 2 lives, so this is the part 2. So it'd have to be, I'm torn because I don't know which one to do. Maybe the first one?
The first one.
Okay, on the first video that we did, the longer one, if you comment 50, so that doesn't mean that you have to do it 50 times, but at least there's 50 comments from all of you. And we hit the 50 mark. I will pick, as a raffle, I will pick one person and I will comment and I will say, you have been selected and you will get the free Riz the Wiz Oracle deck.
That'll be a
collector's edition. And you will send your mailing address to Erica at info@rizmirza.com, and we will mail it out to you. So that is our fun little raffle comment game.
That's cool.
Right?
I love it.
Well, you guys, I just want to say it's really fun to meet with you all. Sometimes we're not able to be here every week because we're traveling usually, and so we have to go back east.
Yeah, we're going to be on the East Coast next week for the Lionsgate event, but we will be back on. Actually, not even that next Sunday. We'll do a psychic midweek somewhere.
Yes.
And we'll let you know. Just stay tuned. Put your notifications on, guys, so you know. Okay.
And I want to thank you all for being, those of you who have been with us since the beginning. Thank you so much for being such dedicated, fun family, friends, and colleagues in this spiritual world that we're creating in. I'm just really grateful to be here. So I will see you guys when? Do we know?
We'll let you know.
A couple weeks from now.
Yes.
Okay.
Much love.
All right. Bye, everybody.